Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intense drama unfolding at Forrester Creations, where relationships are being tested and secrets threaten to destroy newfound love. The secret alliance crumbles. Daphne Rose's genuine feelings for Carter Walton have created an unexpected complication in her arrangement with Steffi Forrester. During their clandestine meeting, Daphne appears visibly concerned, fidgeting with her designer bracelet while seeking Steffi's word that their collaboration will remain confidential. "I never expected to fall for him," she confesses, her voice barely above a whisper in Steffi's luxurious office overlooking the Los Angeles skyline. Steffi, dressed impeccably in her signature power suit, offers reassurance with calculated confidence. "Carter never needs to know you initially came to Forrester Creations as part of our strategy," she insists, studying Daphne's worried expression. The afternoon sunlight casts dramatic shadows across Steffi's face as she contemplates the situation, recognizing the genuine affection Daphne has developed for Carter. However, longtime viewers understand the inevitable nature of secrets in the world of Forrester Creations. The tension builds as we anticipate the eventual revelation that will undoubtedly shatter Carter's trust and potentially destroy his newfound relationship with Daphne. The question isn't if the truth will emerge, but rather when and how catastrophically it will detonate. Carter's impossible choice. The elegant executive offices of Forrester Creations become a battleground as Carter Walton finds himself torn between professional loyalty and romantic commitment. Having finally repaired his fractured relationship with the Forrester family following previous indiscretions, Carter now faces Hope Logan's expectation that he demonstrate solidarity by resigning alongside her. The confrontation unfolds with emotional intensity as Hope, her voice trembling with betrayal, reminds Carter, "We're supposed to be a team. How can you stay with the people who are forcing me out?" Her eyes reflect both hurt and indignation as she waits for his response, certain he'll choose their relationship over his career. Carter's internal conflict manifests physically as he paces the office, running his hand through his hair in frustration. "Hope, I love you," he begins, his deep voice resonating with sincerity, "but you're asking me to throw away years of building my career and the trust I've only recently rebuilt with the Forresters." The afternoon meeting stretches into evening as they debate their future, with neither willing to compromise their position. For Carter, this represents an impossible dilemma: choose hope and alienate the Forrester family once again, or maintain his professional integrity at the cost of his relationship. The weight of this decision is evident in his troubled expression as he contemplates the consequences of either path. Hope's emotional spiral. Hope Logan's world collapses around her as she processes the dual betrayals of losing her fashion line and potentially losing Carter's support. The hope for the future collection, which represented not just her professional achievement but her personal identity within the Forrester dynasty, has been unceremoniously terminated by Steffi's executive decision. In a dramatic confrontation illuminated by the harsh fluorescent lights of the design studio, Hope unleashes her accumulated frustration on Carter. "After everything we've been through together, you're choosing them over me?" she demands, her voice rising with each word. Tears threaten to spill as she continues, "This isn't just about a job, it's about loyalty and respect." Hope's emotional spiral intensifies as she realizes Carter's hesitation indicates his unwillingness to resign in solidarity. The realization that she may have to face this professional exile alone adds another layer to her distress. Her normally composed demeanor fractures completely as she contemplates a future outside the company that has defined her adult life. The scene concludes with Hope gathering her personal items from her office, each memento representing a chapter of her career now forcibly closed. The symbolic weight of this action isn't lost on viewers as she prepares to walk out of Forrester Creations, potentially without Carter by her side. The Forrester family dynamics. Behind the scenes of this professional drama lies the complex web of Forrester family politics. Ridge and Eric had initially struck a deal with Carter to preserve Hope's position within the company, demonstrating their personal respect for Carter despite family tensions. However, Steffi's intervention, exercising her authority as co-CEO, effectively nullified this arrangement. The palatial Forrester mansion becomes the setting for heated family discussions as Ridge expresses concern about the potential fallout. Carter has been loyal to this family for years, he reminds Steffi during a tense breakfast meeting. Forcing him to choose sides could backfire spectacularly. Eric, the patriarch whose wisdom has guided the family through countless crises, offers a more measured perspective. Business decisions sometimes require personal sacrifices, he observes, though his expression suggests discomfort with the situation's handling. The intricate power dynamics between three generations of Forresters create additional pressure on Carter's decision-making process. Steffi remains resolute in her position, convinced that her strategic vision for the company necessitates Hope's departure. The underlying competitive history between Hope and Steffi continues to influence corporate decisions, blurring the line between professional judgment and personal vendetta. Daphne's growing dilemma. As Monday's episode unfolds, viewers gain deeper insight into Daphne Rose's increasingly complicated position. Initially introduced as part of Steffi's strategic maneuver, Daphne has developed authentic feelings for Carter that have transformed her role in this corporate chess game. The luxurious restaurant where Daphne meets Steffi provides an elegant backdrop for their confidential conversation. Daphne's anxiety manifests in small gestures, repeatedly adjusting her jewelry, checking her phone, speaking in hushed tones despite their private booth. Carter talks about integrity constantly, she confides to Steffi. When he discovers I've been dishonest from the beginning. The irony of their situation isn't lost on either woman. Daphne was brought in to distract Carter from Hope, but has instead found genuine connection. Steffi's reassurance that what he doesn't know won't hurt him rings hollow against the show's established pattern of explosive revelations. As viewers, we're left anticipating the inevitable moment when Carter discovers Daphne's initial motivation for entering his life. The foundations of their relationship, built on what Carter believes to be authentic attraction, will undoubtedly crumble when the truth emerges from the shadows. The future implications. Monday's episode sets the stage for significant shifts in alliances and relationships throughout Forrester Creations. Carter's decision will reverberate beyond his personal relationship with Hope, potentially reshaping his professional standing and future at the company. For Hope, the forced departure from Forrester Creations might represent an opportunity for reinvention rather than merely a professional setback. The question of whether she'll establish a competing fashion line or pursue an entirely different path adds intriguing possibilities for character development. Daphne and Steffi's secret arrangement hangs precariously in the balance, with the potential revelation threatening not only Daphne's relationship with Carter but also Steffi's carefully cultivated image as a straightforward business leader. Next, we will learn about the intense power struggle unfolding at Forrester Creations following the dramatic company takeover saga that has left relationships fractured and futures hanging in the balance. The atmosphere at Forrester Creations has become a battleground of loyalty versus betrayal, with the fate of several key players now resting in the hands of the reinstated Forrester leadership. The tension is palpable as Steffi, Ridge, and Eric contemplate their next moves against those who participated in what Steffi has boldly labeled as treason against the family business. The uncertain future of the traitors. In the elegant main office, now reclaimed by its rightful occupants, Steffi Forrester stands her ground with unwavering determination. Her posture reflects the steel in her spine as she challenges her father and grandfather about their supposed leniency toward Carter, Brooke, and particularly Hope. The sunlight streaming through the large windows catches on the family photos adorning the walls, silent witnesses to generations of Forrester triumphs and betrayals. They can't possibly go easy on them, Steffi insists, her voice carrying the weight of family loyalty. Her particular emphasis on hope reveals the long-standing rivalry that continues to simmer beneath professional disagreements. The elegant conference table between them might as well be a chessboard, with each person representing a piece in this high-stakes corporate game. Ridge, caught between family allegiance and his word, reminds his daughter of the conditions they agreed to when regaining control. His weathered hands gesture expressively as he speaks, his designer suit impeccably tailored. A physical reminder of the Forrester legacy they're fighting to protect. Eric, the patriarch whose vision built this empire, nods in agreement with his son, his eyes reflecting decades of business wisdom and family drama. Steffi's incredulous response echoes through the room. Carter's conditions? The man that stabbed them in the back and stole the company from them. Her words hang in the air like perfectly tailored fabric, waiting to be cut into a decision that will reshape the company's future. The defiant trio faces judgment. Meanwhile, in the design office, a space once filled with creativity but now charged with anxiety, Carter attempts to reassure Hope about her position at the company. The sketches on the walls and fabric swatches scattered across tables create a colorful backdrop to their tense conversation. Carter's tall frame leans forward earnestly as he speaks, his legal mind calculating possibilities even as his conscience grapples with regret. Hope, her blonde hair framing a face marked with worry, remains skeptical. Her fingers nervously adjust the samples from her line as she voices her concerns. This could backfire, she warns, her designer's eye for detail now focused on predicting Steffi's next move. We could all be out of our jobs. The fashion sketches surrounding them seem to mock the uncertainty of their professional futures. Brooke, ever the optimist when it comes to Ridge, offers maternal reassurance. Her perfume lingers in the air as she moves gracefully around the office, her confidence in Ridge's fairness unwavering despite decades of complicated history. No one is getting fired, she declares with the certainty of someone who has weathered numerous Forrester storms. Carter, whose legal expertise once made him indispensable to the Forresters, points to their business accomplishments as a shield. How can they fire us? He questions, his deep voice resonating with a confidence that doesn't quite reach his eyes. The successful jewelry line relaunch stands as evidence of their value to the company, regardless of recent betrayals. The brewing storm across departments. The ripples of this corporate earthquake extend throughout the building. In the wardrobe room, surrounded by racks of exquisite Forrester designs and the subtle hum of sewing machines, Zend and Daphne discuss the changed atmosphere. Daphne, adjusting a garment with practiced hands, predicts dire consequences for the traitors, her words carrying the weight of company gossip and personal allegiance. Zend, a Forrester by blood but removed from the inner circle of decision-makers, acknowledges the upcoming meeting that will determine fates. His designers hand sketch absently as they speak, creating beauty even amid uncertainty. The legacy of the Forrester name weighs on his shoulders differently than it does for Steffi, creating complex layers of loyalty and ambition. The moment of truth arrives when Brooke, Carter, and Hope enter the main office, stepping into what feels like a corporate tribunal. The plush carpet muffles their footsteps, but nothing can soften the impact of their presence. Brooke immediately gravitates toward Ridge, their complicated romantic history adding another dimension to this professional confrontation. Carter, whose legal mind once protected the Forresters from outside threats, now stands before them as the architect of an inside job. His admission that this was right acknowledges his wrongdoing while attempting to justify his actions. The expensive watch on his wrist, perhaps a gift from the Forresters in better times, catches the light as he gestures. Steffi wastes no time in cutting through any attempts at reconciliation. "I wish you'd seen it before you stole the company," she states, her words sharp as scissors through silk. The accusation of treason hangs in the air like heavy perfume, impossible to ignore and difficult to dispel. As the three foresters prepare to render judgment on their former allies, the weight of family legacy, business necessity, and personal relationships creates an intricate tapestry of motivations. The fashion empire that has weathered decades of drama now faces an internal reckoning that could permanently alter its design. The conference room, with its view of Los Angeles sprawling below, becomes the stage for this fashion drama's climactic scene. The question remains, will the Foresters choose revenge or reconciliation? Will business pragmatism outweigh personal betrayal? As the California sun continues its journey across the sky, illuminating the Forester Creations logo, the fashion house stands at a crossroads of forgiveness and retribution. Next, we will learn about the complex dynamics unfolding at Forester Creations and the fascinating relationship developments that have captivated viewers in recent episodes. The future of hope for the future hangs precariously in the balance as tensions escalate within the Forester empire. Eric, Steffi, and Ridge find themselves in a challenging position where business metrics may ultimately dictate their decisions regarding Hope's continued involvement with the company. Despite personal feelings and family loyalties, if Carter's strategic adjustments have successfully boosted the performance indicators for Hope's line, the Forester leadership triumvirate might have no alternative but to maintain her position within the corporate structure. This pragmatic business reality could supersede any emotional reactions or family politics currently at play. Interestingly, should Hope remain with the company despite the current turmoil, viewers might witness an unexpected shift in her romantic pursuits. The possibility exists that she could strategically pivot her attention toward the younger and artistically talented Zend, perhaps recognizing in him a potential ally for her design vision. By cultivating a closer relationship with another Forester family member, Hope might attempt to secure additional support for her creative direction and strengthen her position within the company through alternative alliances. The emotional intensity displayed by Hope upon learning about Carter's decision to nullify the LLC documents was nothing short of dramatic. Her reaction transcended mere disappointment, manifesting as unbridled fury that physically transformed her. Observers noted her complexion flushing to an alarming crimson shade while her entire demeanor suggested she was on the verge of a complete emotional meltdown. This visceral response revealed far more about her priorities than any verbal statement could have conveyed. Hope's explosive reaction to Carter's announcement suggests that her current emotional state is dominated by self-preservation instincts rather than genuine affection. The relationship that once seemed promising appears increasingly transactional from her perspective. As she confronts the very real possibility of professional exile from Forester Creations, any romantic sentiments she harbored for Carter appear secondary to her career concerns. This prioritization indicates that their romantic connection may have been more strategic than heartfelt on her part. The deterioration of Hope and Carter's relationship seems inevitable given the current circumstances. With Hope already displaying significant anger toward Carter, industry insiders predict this hostility will intensify before any potential reconciliation. Her immediate reaction to his decision suggests deep-seated resentment that will likely manifest in increasingly confrontational interactions. Carter may soon find himself bearing the full brunt of Hope's displaced frustration as she processes the potential collapse of her professional ambitions. The perception of Carter among the Forester family reveals interesting assumptions about his agency and decision-making capabilities. Many family members conceptualize him as highly susceptible to external influence rather than recognizing his capacity for independent thought. This characterization does him a significant disservice, as evidence suggests he carefully evaluates counsel before making decisions, demonstrating thoughtful consideration rather than passive acceptance of others' directives. The Forrester family's conviction that Hope manipulated Carter into temporarily assuming control of the company contains elements of truth that cannot be dismissed entirely. While their assessment may be colored by family loyalty and personal biases, Hope's subsequent behavior when learning about Carter's reversal provides compelling evidence supporting their suspicions. Her primary concern appeared centered on the implications for her professional standing rather than Carter's well-being or the ethical dimensions of the situation. When examining the nonverbal cues during Carter's revelation about destroying the LLC documentation, observers could practically visualize Hope's internal calculations. Though she maintained verbal restraint, her expression betrayed profound concern specifically regarding her fashion line's future. This moment of transparency revealed priorities that aligned more closely with self-interest than with either Carter's welfare or the company's overall health, lending credence to the Forresters' characterization of her motives. The complex power dynamics between Hope and Carter suggest that their romantic entanglement may have always had an expiration date contingent upon his continued utility to her professional ambitions. Should Steffi successfully orchestrate Hope's removal from the company, industry analysts predict Hope would swiftly terminate her relationship with Carter, having extracted maximum strategic benefit from their connection. This calculated approach to relationships reveals a pragmatic side to Hope that contrasts sharply with her public persona. The current situation at Forrester Creations represents a fascinating case study in corporate politics intersecting with personal relationships. As these dynamics continue to evolve, viewers will undoubtedly be treated to compelling drama that explores the boundaries between professional ambition and personal integrity, forcing characters to reveal their true priorities when faced with difficult choices that impact both their careers.